is I, Matsuda, here joined with the one and only Danielson, here to join
Oh yeah.
Risen, the one and only pre-made Unstoppable League. Here tonight we have Omega Gaming Lunar versus the Lovable Idiots. How are you feeling, Danielson?
Pretty good tonight, actually. I feel a little bit of a kinship with that latter name right there. But hey, we are in the draft right now. We're already seeing some bands coming out. We have the Caitlyn and the Vladimir. I like these bands personally. How do you feel about them?
Yeah, we've seen a lot of Caitlyn come up in prominence, per usual, when, Riot tends to buff up the ADC role a little bit, but I'm surprised to see the Lucian ban coming in through, unless it's
Ooh.
on the Lovable Idiots side of their expertise. Vladimir ban, like you said, is always a good one. Some people just hate playing against it.
Yeah.
I don't blame them.
Yeah,
And we also see the Bard pick. Bard for a while was considered the most versatile support, I believe, right?
Yeah, he has a lot of different modes he can go. I will say though, I do like the Lucian ban personally. If you're playing against an enemy mid laner that can play it, it is such a hard pick to counter right now. There's very few matchups that can go even. There's just so many where he just straight up wins. He's honestly not even that difficult to play. But with that Lucian ban, we also see the Lux, the Ashe, and the Caitlyn both being in out. Yeah, probably Jhin and Senna still left in the AD carry role. Maybe a Twitch or something. What are you thinking?
I mean, at this point, it's around Platinum, Diamond, Elo. People mostly just roll with what they're comfortable with, and teams can make it work.
Yeah.
And right off the bat, Omega Gaming locking in that Zillion. Killian
Hell
Zillion.
yeah. Can't Killian the Zillion. We've all seen the video. Boris on YouTube. You know what I'm talking about, man?
Mm-hmm.
I think our producer, Mikey, here actually has that as a Discord icon, if I can see that correctly. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Few seconds left on the second pick right here. Probably can be Zillion mid lane, but he can be flexing the support. I think he's pretty bad there, actually. But he is going to be blind pick mid. Misfortune being picked up for a TLI. Very good blind pick will AD carry. Can be punished in certain matchups. You could be playing against like a Thresh or a Mage that can easily hit their skill shots or something like that. But hey, let's see how they round this one off,
Yeah, very interesting to see whether or not Omega Gaming's mid laner can play Zillion perfectly. I've heard from, the noted Zillion god himself, Bjergsen, saying if you can play the champion, like, pretty decently, you can just autopilot, right? Because,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Zillion's not that complicated in terms of, like, kit design. So, opens up a lot for them to be aware across the map, being able to help and track their jungler, I mean. But with that being said, it looks like a Gragas jungle on the side of TLI.
Ooh, yeah, I do like the Gragas, and it actually looks like the Hecarim pick coming out to kind of match that. Now, I believe both these picks can be flexed into those solo lanes right there. You occasionally see the Gragas support coming out, but I don't think it's meta right now. But Gragas versus Hecarim does look like that meta we're seeing right here. Now, personally, I really do like the Zillion Hecarim combo. You get a lot of extra boost speed. I think it's like 99% at max rank. Yeah, a lot of extra AD on there.
Ridiculous.
And a little bit safety there in the bot lane. The Ezreal being picked up there for OGL. Pretty safe matchup into Misfortune. She has a hard time getting into range. Occasionally she can pop you with the second part of her Q, but other than that, she's a relatively low range. Maybe if we can get some kind of setup here in the support position, she can look to make plays with her ultimate. I wouldn't like to blind. Ooh, okay. I was going to say, Thresh, he's a very good blind pickable support. Right now, he's not necessarily the best one with Misfortune. I think Leona is probably one of her best matchups right there. But then you're leaving open the Morgana, who I expect to see a ban coming out right here for that, honestly. I know a lot of teams don't like playing in Morgana.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of Thresh players aren't a huge fan of the Morgana pick, counter-picked against them. And this confirms this should be a Gragas jungle. I guess it could go top lane, but actually, funny you mentioned about Gragas support. I was watching one of those Super Server China games, and Mickey was actually playing it down there up in, I think, Challenger Elo.
Really?
Yeah. Pretty good. So,
well, that's good to hear. I mean, it does have a
Yeah, I heard that's kind of like his pocket pick, I guess, like playing Gragas support. So maybe.
Damn, whatever happened to that YouTube series? The LCS pocket picks. Those were pretty fun to watch. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the ones where like they feature them and they interview them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I guess they move on to like I guess they really want to go into Sushi Dragon or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Either way, though, we are seeing a lot of global pressure being done over here. The Twisted Fate and the Shen from OGL versus the Gangplank and kind of the Akali from TLI. She's a good solo laner, can be flexed mid top, but Set being picked up and then Kled being picked up. I believe that's going to be a top lane set. So they have yet to pick up their mid laner for TLI, and it looks like a Taric from OGL. Tarek, Ezreal, I believe they have some chemistry right there. Not necessarily the best duo, though. Pretty good into a lot of melee kind of matchups, though.
Oh,
What is going to be the last pickup here for TLI?
Well, they already know they're going against Zillion. I guess they could go another control mage, but it depends on the champion pool for their mid laner. Totally up to them. But, maybe Tropical Crayon has a special treat for us, but like I said, control mage, Boreana. But, I'm sure they can put on a good show with Oriana.
Definitely. The Snoriana coming out of here of TLI. It is the Time Mage versus the Living Clock here in the mid lane. And there's some kind of good pun there, but I'm not connecting with it right now. Either way, we have our teams picked up right here. We've got what we see. And when I'm looking at these kind of drafts, I really do what I'm looking at from the side of OGL. We have a lot of synergy right there in the mid jungle matchup. We have relatively safe lanes. And we have a lane that the Hecarim can look to snowball off of, the Kled into the set. I am liking these matchups right here.
Yeah, I think OGL got a pretty decent draft. I'm always a huge fan of Tarek pairing up with Hecarim. Pairs it up with, Cosmic Radiance combining with Hecarim Ultimate. It's basically a very easy engage tool you can use over and over, right? You don't risk your front line getting bursted down from anyone from the side of TLI. So I think they set themselves up really good engage, right? You pair that up with the Zillion, Speed Boost, Kled Ultimate, like OGL can just pounce on the Lovable idiots, and they just might get smoked out.
Yeah, I think the one thing that they're going to have a problem with is all this disengage that they sort of have on TLI. They have the Thresh, you can flay away a lot of really good guys. Of course, you have the Unstoppable Hecarim Ultimate. You have the Gragas, who can barrel people out of the way, body slam them away from your AD carry. And all the CC you get in the set Orion. They have a lot of tools to be working with, but, at Elos who are generally below Diamond, I think we have a few mid-Diamond players here. I really do like seeing easier to play comps, and OGL definitely have that.
Yeah, definitely. And, this is kind of up to TLI to kind of make sure that this doesn't get out of their control, right? They have Thresh, a very high variance support. Might be able to make some plays, with some early roams. It's up to them. I'm not...
Okay.
But not too sure if I feel too confident with the Misfortune on their side. Not sure whether the champion is currently on the strong side of the spectrum.
She's like a B-. There's only like 15 AD carries really in the game, so she's never in a bad place. She's one of those champions that's hard to beat bad champion. She also has a lot of different modes she can go. I've seen a lot of people play the Manamune Misfortune. Actually, you get a lot of scaling with that. It's a very good item, but you do miss out on the CDR from the Essence Reaver or going for lethality. Either way, I'm really excited to see how my man Dumb Chemist is going to come at this game.
Yeah, same here. And I gotta ask, who do you got? Who are you willing to bet who's gonna win game one here, Danielson, based off these team compositions put together?
Ooh, based off the team compositions, I do like a lot of what I'm saying. A lot of what I'm seeing right here. It seems like we have a lot of comfort picks coming out, a lot of safe lanes, a lot of time to look at the jungle, and it's times like this that I'd like to really look at how that mid-jungle matchup goes. Who's going to be able to influence what lanes, who's going to be able to clear a little bit faster, get to places more quickly. And I really do like Omega Gaming Lunar's comp a little bit more. They have a lot of synergy in their picks. They have a lot of tools to get that Hecarim ahead early, and their scaling late isn't that bad. Sure, they don't have a Oriana in there or a crit 80 carry, but they have so much damage and not really too many tanky opponents they're going to have to get down.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment based off both of these team comps here. And with that being said, I kind of want to see whether or not Lovable idiots can pull the, I don't want to say impossible, but things aren't looking too bright. But then again, you do have the set. Could always find a really good flank, able to get that nice ultimate punched in there. But
yeah.
Anything can happen really here. It really just depends how.
It kind of seems like you like Omega Gaming Lunar a lot more.
Yeah, definitely.
Personally, I think that they do have a lot of options on Lovable idiots. First of all, you could just win lane. Get a set really far ahead of the Kled, even though Kled does have a few more tools to work with in there. Like I said, you do have slightly better individual champion scaling on Lovable idiots. The Oriana, she gets the Seraph, she gets her death cap, and she's just one-shotting your front line, basically.
Okay.
Set. We talked about how all this disengage that they have is going to be very, very useful into a mega game Lunar. So if the lovable idiots are not so idiotish in how their play style goes, they could play this one very, very beautifully and come away with a lot of team fight wins.
Yeah, with that being said, we're going to cut to a short break as we transition on to the Rift. So stay with us, folks. Grab a drink, grab something to eat. Get ready for an exciting best of 3 series here. We'll be right back with you guys shortly.
Take a moment right here, feeling like it's out gear. Driving towards the sun with a rose and a gun. Feel the wind in my hair, going nowhere I swear. Like an outlaw on the run, dangerous but it's so fun. Running, running, no. Hold on, don't let go. Running, running, no. Keep running. Told my boss that I'm done. Had no luck with my mom. Say, what will you do with your life? You know it's hard to survive. A cigar in my mouth. Maybe guilty but proud. Now I'm an outlaw on the run. Dangerous but it's so fun. Running, running, no. Hold on, don't let go. Running, running, no. Keep running.
Welcome back, everybody. Like I said, that was going to be a short transition as we are right back on the Rift, ready for Game 1. Omega Gaming Lunar versus the Lovable Idiots as they fan across the Rift. So blue side, we have Omega Gaming Lunar with Ethno playing Kled in the top lane, Sabash playing Hecarim in the jungle, Gosha playing Killian Zillion mid lane, and Rapid Fire along with the Scarred Rabble playing Ezreal Tark in the bot lane.
Oh yeah, you love to see it. We got ourselves some spicy gamer action here today, and I am looking forward to it right here. And I'm looking at these keystones to see a lot of things that I do like. You know, we got the Predator on the Gragas. He's going in. We got the Phase Rush on that Oriana. We got the Glacial Augment available on the Zillion. Now, there's a lot of different schools of thoughts. I've seen some people go for the Airy on that champion because it procs in your ultimate, but I like Glacial way better. It gives you all that access to those good items right there. Overall, fairly standard picks right here. You know, I'm liking what I'm seeing. I don't see anything that I disagree with, you know?
Yeah, I agree. You know, everything seems pretty excusable for me here. I'm not sure. I guess Phase Rush is better than Conquer for Hecarim, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, there's actually a lot of different schools of thought on there. You know, I believe if you're going tank on Hecarim, I think it's like slightly better to go Conquer because you're going to have more of a chance to proc it. It takes you like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 seconds. Your spells give you 2 procs, your autos give you 2 on melee champions. So you got to hit like 6 of those. You know, it's like 2 Qs, a W, your E, and some auto attacks in there. It's not too easy to proc. It's not too hard to proc. But the thing about Phase Rush is once you go in, it allows you to like sort of reposition and control how you want to play. So overall, by the way, we are seeing some kind of a little bit of action here in the mid lane, you know, as our directed camera is showing us. Bot lane, looks like they're going for the level 2 power spike there on the side of the Lovable Idiots. That's what I'm liking to see, you know?
Yeah, it looks like they really want to force this level 2 spike that they should be getting first compared to the Tark Ezreal, but for now, they have to respect the level 2 thresh. You don't want to deal with that at all if you are Omega Lunar Gaming. But meanwhile, we do see Ethno land the bear trap on top of Set. Oh, Set not able to land the skill shot. And a very small win there for Kled, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. The thing about Set is he just regens so much health, both with his passive and like the Doran show that you go all the time. So even if you do get like small chunks on him, it really ends up being reduced very, very far over the course of the lane. That's why he's pretty good. That's why he's so good blind pickable, honestly. Yeah. He's really good there. 3 versus 2. I don't think Kled should be going for that fight at the moment.
Yeah, definitely not. Right after taking that Set W, I don't think he's feeling too comfortable after that one.
Yeah, definitely. I will say though, you know, Set has been out for a while. We've seen the Riot go through some change with him. I really miss W Max on Set. I thought it was pretty interesting on there. I think Q Max is a little bit healthier per se, but you know, he's a pretty cool champion right here. I believe our observer is playing around with his options. You know, really cool stuff. He's bringing up the mouse speed, I believe. That's pretty interesting. Oh, he's got summoner names back on. Pog Champion. Yeah, can we get some poggers in the chat for summoner names? I know there's 32 of you here. At least 5 of those are real people. I don't really know. Either way, though, we are 0-0 here at 3:45.
Accusation, Daniel. They're all real people. Come on.
View botting for Risen Esports. I have made the accusation. No,
what do we look like? A different org by the name of Phoenix. Not going to say the rest, but you know.
Oh, do they view bot?
Yes. Okay. Back to the cast. Right. Back to the.
Yeah, that was drama alert right here. That's what we're on right now. Oh, we have some kind of a play in the bot lane. We see Greg is taking that Scuttle Crab, and Hecarim's just sitting in that Tri-Bush right there. They have the ward there on the Gragas, but looks like he's just going to go for his camp in the meantime. That's a pretty smart play right there. I believe that Gragas did get the double Scuttle there on the Hecarim. Not entirely sure if he needed to give those up, Mr. Horseman. Oh, we are someone in the bot lane. What are we seeing?
Yeah, a lot of shenanigans there. Gragas looking to lane gank as well, while Kled takes an unfavorable trade, but does get the remount.
Ooh,
does not land the bear trap, but might still be able to win. Just going to back away. If he lands the bear trap, Polar Bear minion is not going to be able to live to see another day.
Yeah, that's actually so much damage on your level 3 Kled Q. I believe it's like 50 when you first hit it, and like another like 200 on the second.
Oh, they land the hook on top of Scarred, forcing him to flash away, but they ignite. Might be able to save him, keep him alive. Oh, the flash and the heal able to keep him alive. I'm sure he's clenching something very tightly right now and able to walk away, go back to base, and refresh there. But Ezreal might be in a bit of trouble. Oh, lands the hook. No arcane shift. Able to get it away. Was that okay?
I thought there might have been another tower shot on the threat. Yeah. It would have been pretty epic. But it looks like Gragas is coming bot again. Might see something here. I was about to say a great man once said, "Not even close, baby." But it's gonna be even closer than we initially thought.
Yeah, gets the body slam, able to get it in first blood to the Misfortune. Oh, the Lantern! Oh my gosh. Hernandez with the amazing Lantern, but Hecarim's still on the chase. He wants one, but he needs to back away.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting how Stabash 12 is playing this Hecarim right here. We talked about how he had much more easily influenceable matchup in the top lane, and he's really going hard for this bot lane right here. He was just sitting there with his Krugs early when, like, you got a Thresh. He's really good disengage. We have the, it's an 80 carry, so she's going to have some range. Otherwise, she'd be real. If it wasn't for the Thresh, bot lane would be easier to gank, but the easiest lane for him to gank would probably have to be top lane for him right now. So I'd really like to see him influence that matchup more, but he's looking for something in the mid lane.
Yep, maybe might be able to blow something from Orianna. Gets the charge on top. Trying to dodge around the bombs, but she gets stunned as well. Oh, and a beautiful pickup here from Stabash. Here's Predator Gragas coming in through. Don't think he wants that considering Hecarim is level 5.
Yeah, level 4 versus level 5. We all know how this one goes there.
And now they get to invade his jungle for free, Danielson.
Ooh, yeah, I do like seeing some cool epic win invades. I'm not entirely sure whether or not they have vision. Others, we're seeing Gragas try to go for somewhat of a trade right here. I guess they must have seen Kled leave top lane, and that's where they do that he's going for that. Either way, there is no red buff available for the Hecarim. Gragas could go for something over here, but it looks like they're doing a very good job on the side of Omega Gaming Lunar of stopping that Gragas from getting any kind of trade right here. The horse is going ham on here, or I don't know, what's horse meat called? Is it like
Taco Bell, right?
Oh, God. You're awful. You're awful. No, I believe that's dog food. But we are seeing a fight here in the dog.
Yep.
That's level 6 stat.
A very ambitious dive here. Oh, nice set ult. Able to maybe get away here.
Oh, man.
Actually looking for the fight. He actually could have won that if he got one more auto, but, I guess that was the warning shot coming in from Bear Minion. And Kled maybe looking to re-engage. That's the cool thing about Kled, right? It's like this champion is designed to play like an idiot because you get rewarded for it, right? And here he goes, jumping in, remounted, gets dismounted as well. Might be looking to try to win the trade here. Can Seg make it out? But Ethno is able to stay alive and wins the semi 1v1.
Yeah, I was going to say, he played that very well. I'm not entirely sure if it was planned using his passive to dodge the true damage on Set's Haymaker, but if it was, that was pretty epic. If not, I'm going to pretend it was. Either way, it will be traded for a Cloud Drake across the map right there. That's probably, in my opinion, one of the strongest earlier Drakes in the game. Like, I know people really like the Ocean for the little 2.5% missing health regen, but 10% on an ultimate, especially when you have, like, I don't know, maybe someone like a Galio team or someone who's really dependent on getting those cool ultimates when he goes in, is really, really big.
Yeah, I mean, it always helps, the extra ultimate CDR here as we get another beautiful hook landing in from Hernandez and should be able to get the kill on Taric. Ignite is taking the Misfortunal, gets it, but here comes Kled with the TP. Now Thresh might be going down as well. Hernandez trying to buy some time for the Misfortune, but we do see Dumb Chemist is trying to cook up something in the lab, but the lab is going to backfire, and it's a double kill for Ethno. Beautifully done from Omega Lunar's Gaming.
Yeah, beautiful play over there by Etherno on the Kled. Doesn't use his teleport to get back to lane. Ends up making the play bot lane and really swinging that fight. I think that Misfortune definitely would have gotten that kill if Kled had not shown up. Or maybe they would have gotten away. Either way. My man, I don't even know what kind of an animal Kled is. I'm going to say Muskrat there coming into the bot lane, making big plays all across the map. And it looks like Gragas is trying to trade that first Rift Herald for it. Not to mention the 2, probably 3 platings that Set will be getting in the top lane.
Yeah, he's just hammering away at that turret. A lot of money going into his pocket. But, I mean, hopefully they get that Rift Herald if you're the lovable idiots here. Maybe looking to get that up. That way they at least get a decent trade. But, I mean, Kled already has Tiamat, going up to par. I don't know if he bought yet. Yeah, he did, right? So,
he has the build water cutlass.
Yeah, compared to the set, yeah.
Yeah, the Tiamat's really big on champion Light the Kled because he really has no real area effect damage other than his Q, which is a high cooldown. We have a fight here. He doesn't know Gragas is here.
Oh, yeah. Here he comes. They're going to dismount the Kled. Force a flash away. Oh! Unfortunately, that barrel was not able to push him up a little bit further. Might have gone to look for a more pursuit. But Kled is forced to burn his flash, so ultimately not so bad from Norwal, I guess.
Yeah. Looks like young Norwal did burn his ultimate, so ultimately it was a little bit bad. But in the game, it was okay. He doesn't know that we have the Hecarim sitting there in the top lane either. Gragas is going to have to respond to this. We are looking at the bot lane right now, but a lot of jungler action in that top lane right there. Are we going to see a dive maybe coming out? I doubt it.
I mean, maybe if Clutch can get the remount, it's not as bad.
Yeah, but he's like 300 HP.
Yeah, he's very low. Yeah, so he'd have to be able to pull out some quick mass, able to make sure he can get the remount before he dies. So I'm
Yeah.
not sure if they're willing to risk it. They're just going to go ahead and look to reset for the Kled.
I think they were just like, yeah, they saw one jungler, not entirely sure who saw who first, but they just had to be there to match the pressure, make sure nothing happened for either side. Really, yeah, looking here at 11 minutes in this game, 4-2, we do have a slight gold lead in the favor of the Lovable Idiots, but we also have a fight here in the top lane.
Yeah, we do see Kled trying to make his way away from Gragas, but should be doing okay. I think Gragas has been spending a lot of time topside now.
Mm-hmm.
And meanwhile, this bot lane is fairly even. Ezreal does have a slight CS lead, but they do summon the Rift Herald, maybe looking to dive the Kled. He does dive forward, trying to help out, but the onslaught of shadows able to get the fear off on top. And now they're looking towards Set, already picking up Gragas. Oh, the RKO out of nowhere, force a flash away. The Hecarim already puts on the
I don't know if you win that
line, but okay, he's fine. Woo!
I don't know if you've ever punched a horse before, but I think they take a lot of damage from that sort of thing. And that's what we saw in that matchup right there.
Yeah.
It's those passive auto attacks just hammering down on my man Hecarim. He really has no resistances in this game. It looks like he is going for the warrior, which I really do like right here with like all these tools to help him out. The Taric, the Zillion, the Kled ultimate. He can afford to go a little bit greedy right here. I would have liked to see him go for an early Triforce. Though I know the Sheen is probably one of the best tools early at speeding up his clear. And it sucks not to have that in your kit at this time. He is backing right here, probably finishing his warrior. Yeah, that's what it's going to be. A lot of power, though, in that warrior, so I'm not sure of the math behind it. Either way, he is power spike, and he is ahead of the enemy jungler.
Yeah, definitely. Up by one camp, but that still is pretty significant. And, Gragas not doing the best he could be doing at the moment, but still fairly even in terms of gold, only 200 gold off 400 I guess now, as we do see maybe looking to play around for the next dragon, which is going to be an Infernal Drake.
Yeah, one thing I will talk about, Gragas did manage to get that early Cloud Drake for his team. Pretty big stuff. Cloud or Soul Pressure is a very big part of this game, as is getting that Scuttle Crab before the dragon spawns. Ooh, some kind of play right here, but I think they could just go around and take this after he uses his E to get away. They have a lot of early damage on this.
Yeah, really unfortunate for the side of the Lovable Idiots. They mistimed their resets. So, obviously Omega Gaming Lunar are able to recognize that, say, okay, well, these guys just reset. No way they can contest this dragon. And that's probably all they wrote for it, as we do see first turret going straight over to the Lovable Idiots.
Yeah, definitely. Really, really great stuff over here by Lovable Idiots. They've been doing a really good job of whenever the jungler's on the other half of the map, they're always trying to trade something for it. We got that dragon early when Hecarim was top. When Hecarim was bot, they got that first Rift Herald. When Hecarim's bot again, getting that dragon, they are looking at the first tower. So you can kind of see this gold value coming in. Ooh, hold up.
And Cosmic Radiant's not going to be able to go through in time. Only going to be on top of the Hecarim and Ezreal. So might be able to make something happen with this, but the Misfortune does so much damage with the Essence Reaver. Oh, full top, baby! Able to lock it down. Kills down the My Little Pony horse. There for the side of the Lovable Idiots.
Yeah, Rainbow Dash, not able to dash out of that fight quite quickly enough. Gragas was going to come in. He was going to, Gragas actually does kind of look like most of the audience of My Little Pony now I'm thinking about it. But he's able to come in, he's able to stomp all over that horse and do a really good job of getting his team. It is 5-6 in terms of kills, even on Drake's, but 21k gold to 25k gold. Really just showing you how good the Lovable Idiots are at sort of a team macro based play. Oh, we have something happening here with the Kled?
TP coming in from the Kled, going on top of young Norwal, caught between a rock and a hard place, and that should be an easy kill, but the flash able to keep him alive. No follow-up damage means that the Greg is able to escape with his life. They push him into the bomb. Zillion should be able to get the kill. Good night, Hernandez, and now they're turning towards more people. That should be a beautiful ult, but Orianna still gets taken down here. Now the set. Oh, the Haymaker not able to hit enough people, and that's going to be Rapid Fire picking up the kill. And that's going to be Omega Gaming Lunar looking towards the mid lane turret.
A huge swing in power going to the side of Omega Gaming Lunar. We talked about how good their team fight presence is right here, and when you're not really as coordinated, you'd be using your disengage on the side of Lovable Idiots. It just means that we're going to get those easy fights with the side of Omega Gaming Lunar, as well as that mid lane tier 1, probably the best objective early in the game for just cracking open that map. Oh, Gragas is going a little deep.
Yeah, probably trying to get some cheap damage in, but now they're looking towards him. Oh, Lantern going through, nicely done from Hernandez, but here comes Hecarim, trying to get the dive in, gets it in. Stabash picks up the kill as Kled goes on top of the Misfortune. Not enough mobility to keep her alive, but does get dismounted.
Oh,
Kled is still able to get the shutdown. Nice bit of gold going straight over to Kled, and now Ethno is huge on this Kled.
yeah, I completely agree. He might have not had the best performance in lane, but he is coming up large in these 1v1s. You know, Miss Fortune is not an early game champion, especially when she's going for that crit. You really have to be safe in these 1v1s. I believe he just walked up, landed a Q, and kind of killed her. He didn't really have his ultimate to even close the distance right here. And with all this swing and power to the side of Omega Gaming, it's going to be tying up very closely. Of that gold grab within 1K of each other right here, as opposed to like the 4 or 5K we saw earlier.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, things are starting to get closer and closer. You know, I think that Ezra's in a good spot. He's almost done with his Muramana, or Manamune. No, around 550
You want to say that
stacks.
again?
What's up?
Manamune?
Yeah.
Don't pronounce it like that.
How do you pronounce it?
I think it's just Manamune. I'm not entirely sure though, but either way, a lot of damage from that Zillion, I will say. And are they going to be fighting over this Rift Herald, do you think?
I don't know, Daniel. Probably, but I think Manamune sounds a little bit cooler. But here comes Orianna, forced to use the ultimate in defense, trying to prevent the cliff from diving.
All right. Yeah, it looks like you might go for that anyway, though.
Oh, but not gonna be enough. That's right. That's like 1 pixel away, but able to pick up the kill on Project A.
Yeah, exactly what you said to see here, baby. But yeah, I'd like to talk to you guys and talk about these builds right here. We see fairly standard across the board. I'm not entirely sure about the Rod of Ages on the Zillion. I think I'm not entirely sure about that. Maybe in this kind of a matchup, the Catalyst passive is very good. But usually I like going for a little bit more of the Glacial Augments items early. You know, the Spooky Ghost, the GLP Super Soaker. One thing I really don't like, though, is that Luden's Echo on the Ori. A little bit too much early power. I really would like to see the tier scaling, maybe. As well as the Blade of the Rune King, Black Cleaver, or Triforce set. You know, I really think he's much better as a tank at the moment. He's able to proc Sunfire very, very well. He has a lot of base damage in his passive. But, you know, ultimately, he's not going to be having the same resources to fight this with. And with this next dragon coming up, they're going to have to make a play or risk giving up that third Drake. First one, or second one, towards their soul for the side of Omega Gaming Lunar.
Yeah, and this one's going to be a Mountain Drake soul, so later on in the game. Not sure who utilizes it better, but I'm sure both teams wouldn't mind having it. But yeah. I don't think it's their main priority at this point.
Yeah, aside from Tarek, no one's really stacking too much defensive stats on the side of OGL. I mean, we might see a Death Dance or something later from the Hecarim. But actually, does Tarek W give you defensive stats, I think?
Would he, like, just armor. Yeah, it's next to armor to your partner, yeah.
Defensive stats, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. You know, it's not going to help you too much against the Orianna or the AP Gragas, but I like having a little bit of armor on me. How about you, man?
Yeah, I mean, armor is always cool, especially when the Misfortune is starting to get a little bit big in terms of items.
Armor is pretty poggers, is what I would say.
I agree. But so far, it looks like they're making a roam towards the upper side of the map. Maybe looking to catch out the Tarek, who isn't in the best scenario, but should be able to walk away.
Yeah, definitely. We're seeing a lot of interesting stuff right here. We have a Baron coming up in 20 seconds, so establishing vision around that is going to be a new goal for most of these teams, as well as playing around this 4 minutes in this next mountain trick. That would be the potential sole point for OGL, which is very, very big when it comes to forcing the enemy team to respond to how your team is positioning right here. However, it is getting a little bit later in the game. We might see some scaling come out from the side of the Lovable Idiots. We have the crit there on the Misfortune. But Ezreal, probably one of the hardest spiking 2.5 item people. Maybe. One of the hardest spiking 2.5 item people in the game. He gets that 45% CDR with his Wallfield Score Hammer. I don't know what I said. Death Dance.
Yeah.
Item for himself. And it's just so much power in that early champion.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of power, especially once, like you said, Ezreal gets that stance, already has Mirror Mana stacked up, locked and loaded. It looks like they do break top turret, and they have Shelly running it down top lane, forcing members of TOI to show up if they want to contest for Shelly. As Hecarim pops the Ghost, gets the Zillion, and gets the Zillion on a long way, so easy tower dive for them. I think it's a little bit too early
Ooh.
for them. Oh, yeah, like I said, too early to pop the Zillion ult. I think it was like maybe half a second too early for him to actually get the revive in, but, they get the free... I guess they get a Rift Herald charge, but even then,
Yeah.
trading that with your jungler's life, kind of a question mark thing on that one.
Kind of sus. That Zillion ultimate, I believe it lasts for 5 seconds. So, you gotta do a little bit better job of that, I guess, right there. Either way, yeah, Hecarim, he does get his Triforce off of that death right there. That is a pretty major power spike for that champion. So I'm really happy to see that coming out, at least, for this team. They do have the Baron on the map right here, but even with the jungler down, they really just don't have the resources to go for any of these objectives. OGL is just choking this one out with all those advantages they got there in that early game. Not to mention how easy it is for them to team fight.
Yeah, definitely. We do see Kled side laning. I think he's just waiting to accumulate his second item, which I think he's going to finish into the Titanic Hydra, if I'm not
Ooh.
mistaken. That's always a nice
Yeah.
power spike for Kled. And after that, I
Yeah.
think he probably goes, I'm trying to remember.
Well, there's a lot of things he can go. Like I know in competitive leagues, like Impact specifically likes to go for a big tank item afterwards. But I personally like going for a GA after that Titanic Hydra. It's a pretty big for him, but he does have an extra Ruby Crystal, which makes me think he might be going for maybe a little bit of Magic Resist for himself. I could see him going into a adaptive helm. Maybe he does have a lot of health as well, so even though it doesn't build out of Ruby Crystal, maybe he can look for something like a Locket. It's a very, very powerful item right now. However, we're walking around this Baron. I'm not entirely sure what this play is here for the Lovable Idiots.
Yeah, I think they're just scouting, maybe looking for a pick, and the pick is going to be Zillion, forcing him to run away. Does pop the Super Soaker, but he's put himself in the alcove. Just him alone with Gragas. How cute, as he does force the ultimate on top of himself, gets the revive, but no one's here to save him. It's a sad day for Zillion. Able to flash away. Maybe he gets an escape. Oh, but the bullet time. Oh, the last tick takes out Ghost. Nice one coming in from Thresh, but nothing else happening there as members of TLI need to recall to answer to the second tier mid lane turret.
Yeah, they devoted 3 members of that into the top lane there. But at the end of the day, they are going to be the ones making the good macro plays for the side of OGL and trading something across the map with all those committed members. We do have another back, and Kled might be caught out before this. Ooh.
Yeah, force a flash and take the blast cone. Unfortunately, with Kled's dash, you're not able to go through walls with it unless it's the second part, which requires, you to hit a champion,
yeah.
and then the champion is over the wall. But, that's a very niche scenario there.
It's conditional. Yes, we have 5 members of the side of Lovable Idiots hammering down this dragon. I think this might be theirs, but we might see a fight.
Yeah, but they're forcing the engage with Kled. Already has the stun on top. Dazzle coming in. Cosmic Radiance should be able to buy themselves time with the HP bars being on and vulnerability.
Ooh.
But Descent going on top of the Zillion. A triple kill for the Ezreal. Rapid Fire's going crazy as the Brony himself, Strabash, able to get a double kill. Looking for this Thresh. An ace coming in through. And that's going to be a huge win for OGL.
Yeah, with 22 seconds on the death timers, I think this is going to be a Baron. I don't think they could probably have enough time to get the minions there and get that inhibitor. So going for this Baron right here is definitely the play. Once they have this Triforce here on the Hecarim, they definitely have the damage. And yeah, this is a major swing in power for the side of Omega and Lunar. We didn't talk about how they also got the Dragon.
Yeah, able to actually take away the Dragon in the middle of the fight. Pretty impressive on the side of Stabash. So congrats to him. And now they got Baron. Now, maybe they should be funneling it towards bot side. At least that's how I would see them maybe utilizing it. Or I guess they could finish off that second tier top turret.
Yeah, they do have the teleport available on the Kled. So I'd like to send him to a side lane, even to just sort of spread around that buff right there. It would be very, very useful in getting multiple people having to respond to those Baron minions in one of the side lanes. And maybe they can get the bot lane turret while Kled is their top. Either way, they have a lot of options right here. But how they're playing it is going to be very interesting to see.
Oh yeah, definitely. Ezreal still building up that stance, able to complete it actually. So Ezreal hitting that 3-item power spike. The trinity of Miramana, Iceborne Gauntlet, and the Death Stance makes Rapid Fire a very strong figure on the side of OGL.
Absolutely, absolutely. He has so much power he's working with right now with that champion. But they're playing this a little awkwardly right now. They have had the Baron for about 45 seconds right now, and they still haven't are just now deciding what they want to do. And I think they're sending several people there into that mid lane. Good job getting those minions. Hecarim just got his back right there. Has a little bit of tankiness. Probably going to be going for a Sterix Gage, if I'd imagine. Meanwhile, Kled is in that top lane. But Set's going to be going back.
Oh, that was just a tip hitting that Misfortune, forcing her to flash away. Nicely done from Gosha.
Yeah, really, really good job there by Gosha. Is able to get some cool cooldowns away from the enemy AD carry. Kled is forcing out that top lane turn. Again, I would really like to see the team hammering down the bot lane. They're able to get a free turret from there. Basically, bases are hard to crack. But
Oh, that's a nice hook coming out from Hernandez. No one able to capitalize through it, unfortunately. But like you said, Kled able to pick up that top turret.
Ooh, big ultimate there for Ezreal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Hecarim already pops the ghost, able to maybe get the Cone Misfortune. But now Cosmic Radiance going in through. Now they're able to super dive this right now. Kled ults as well. And this is looking like a fiasco from the side of TLI. Kled is doing so much damage and on top of the Thresh, forcing Hernandez to flash away. But they get Ezreal, a huge pick for them. As now Orianna's forcing to run away on the opposite side of the map. Definitely not where she wants to go. Is able to pop the shield and now is running away as fast as she can. But the Zillion is equally as fast. Oh, and that should be the bomb picking it up. Gosha picks up the kill. And now they trade that for the second tier turret on bot lane.
Yeah. Kled doing what I said the rest of his team should have been doing earlier, but I guess we are learning a lesson right here. It turns out turrets do a lot of damage to horses, especially when you don't have any armor to negate any of that damage. He does have a lot of armor items you could go to. You could have got the Ninja Tabbies, you could have had the Dead Man's Plate. Either way, diving under towers is a little bit risky. It kind of sucks that Zillion wasn't able to keep him alive for a little bit longer, and he wasn't able to DPS a little bit harder with his Q right there. Kind of just seemed he was going for some single target burst there as Hecarim. When you have the invulnerability, you do have a lot of really big AoE damage with your Q, with your W, and you should be playing with that a little bit better. Either way, we do have the Mountain Soul potentially for AGO coming up here in about 50 seconds, and both these teams should be posturing for this vision.
Yeah, but at this point, the position that's being put out there for TLI, I think it's a little bit hard for them to get vision. They already getting cleared out with the Taric there with the Scrying Orb, but might be wandering a little bit too deep. But not sure if TLI really want to push the button. But Ezreal, maybe you're looking to get some poke in on top of the jungler, trying to force him out before the dragon spawns, which is really nice on their end. But now they're doing what we like to call the dragon dance, but the dance is interrupted from the set ult. Nicely done, but the onslaught of shadows able to interrupt the Misfortune, picks up the kill. Cosmic Radiance on 2 members, and now they're turning towards Gragas. Gragas goes down, rapid fire.
Yeah, some people are looking at this dragon, but I think if they were to immediately go mid, they could end this game. 25 seconds on the death timers was what we were seeing for several of the carries on the side of TLI, and looks like they're going to be going for probably going to get a double inhibitor here. Either way, very, very big play. They're getting the Mountain Soul. They have so much power they're working with right here. Their team fights are insane. Stabash doing a great job of just canceling that Misfortune ultimate, which did look like it was going to do a lot of damage the way she positioned it. With his ultimate. Really, really great stuff. Either way, we are seeing the respawns coming in right here, but so much of their base is just being destroyed.
Yeah, their base is in shambles. Lots of minions funneling in. Baron's going to be up in less than a minute, so now it's up to them whether or not they want to get a reset in. Get ready for round 2 while, the side of the lovable idiots got to cover up their wounds, lick them up.
Yeah, I think the play right here is to get a quick back in before this Baron does spawn. They have about 35 seconds. They should be fine devoted to clearing those away. They're going to be able to get a lot of damage on that Baron. They can't really force a team fight on the side of TLI without giving up a lot of damage on their Nexus turrets, because it would be a 4v5. If they do commit the member, they're going to be getting the damage. Either way, this is looking very, very good for OGL. This should be a free Baron unless we see some kind of miracle steal here by young Narwhal and the Gragas.
Oh yeah, definitely. as we do see them, hanging around here. Tarek being very bold. That they're not necessarily looking to pick up Baron. If they got their main damage source on the bottom side of the map, looks like he's trying to get some gold in to get that Leandri's Torment finished, which is pretty strong lately on Ezreal.
Yeah, yeah. People are realizing that Leandri's Torment is a very good item on a lot of champions that have slows. Everyone's talking about the Gangplank Leandri's Torment. Ooh, but we see a Kled here going for a fight.
Yeah, able to get a lot of damage on top of the Kled, forcing the flash, but there goes the niche condition, like we said. Able to hop over the wall, and now members of TLI are trying to run for the hills, but they're going ahead and disengage and turn towards the free two members. As Bull Time does so much damage, but the stun able to go on top of this fortune interrupts it. Ethnos is on a killing spree. Rapid fire as well as they turn towards it. This could be game over. A beautiful Orianna ult, but it's not going to be the game-saving one. As Seth gets the RKO, and he's fighting for the life of his team. Pops the GA, but he needs to be more than that, and all there's left is Project A, running for his fountain, trying to drink the elixir of life. But the members of OGL say, no, we win game one, and we want to get this series over into a 2-0.
Yeah, Polar Bear Minion has left the game. Project A might have done a lot of work that game, but he's going to be needed looking for Project B after that game. They have a lot of ground they're going to have to make up. I thought the draft was definitely in the side of Omega Game Lunar, and although it was definitely, we saw a lot of really good macro on the side of the Lovable Idiots, always trading something back, not necessarily playing a losing matchup too badly. I believe Orion was actually up 30 CS against his line. Either way, the comp was just way easier to execute on the side of Omega Gaming Lunar. They were able to get so much damage. Their positioning really didn't matter as much with a lot of champions because they were just going in every single time. Whereas like someone like the dumb chemist on that MF, she was trying her best in those team fights. Unfortunately, it was not enough.
I mean, I think it's just hard, when you're committing an AD carry like Misfortune, who really needs to be safe in the backline, especially with bullet time, as an option for them. And then you're up
Yeah.
against Zillion and Hecarim and Kled, who just scream dive, right? Like Zillion's able to like help out both of those champions, Kled and Hecarim, to just dive on top. So, every time she try to pop the bullet time, most of the time, as long as Hecarim and Kled were nearby, they just dove her, and she couldn't actually get the full extent of that ultimate.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. We look at the damage charts right here. We can really just see how much work Set was doing this game. It was the melee versus melee matchup top lane, so they are going to be farming a lot of damage onto each other. But he was so clutch in those team fights with his ultimates, with those big stuns, and just hammering down several members. He has almost double the damage of the next closest person, 26k to 15k. Either way, he was really, really big right here. Any other final notes you have before we go to the break before game two?
Nothing else really. Hopefully, we're able to see a change of pace from the lovable idiots. You know, I think early game was fairly in their favor. They just needed to learn how to maintain it throughout the mid game. Some mistakes happen, but with that being said, we are going to cut into a break as we transition into game two. So, folks, stay with us. This is going to be an exciting series, whether or not Omega Gaming Lunar can close it out or Lovable Idiots push it to game three.